Have you ever wondered why some people seem to attract financial prosperity effortlessly, while others constantly struggle with debt and scarcity? Have you noticed how some families are blessed with abundance for generations? Today, I'm going to reveal something extraordinary that has been kept secret for decades: the three sacred numbers, inspired by the teachings of Pope John Paul II, that have the power to completely transform your financial life. In the early 2000s, Pope John Paul II shared with his closest associates an ancient understanding of the connection between sacred numerology and prosperity. This revelation remained within a small circle, but now, for the first time, these teachings are being shared with the world. Just imagine three simple numbers, 7, 8, and 3, which, when used with sincere faith and pure intention, can open financial doors you never imagined. We're not talking about the lottery or games of chance, but about a divine alignment with the energies of abundance that govern the material universe. Maria Oliveira, a devout follower of Pope John Paul II, from Brazil, was about to lose her home when she discovered this secret. In just 40 days of applying the ritual of the three numbers, she not only managed to pay off her debts, but also started her own business that now supports her entire family. The most impressive thing? She attributes it all to the intercession of the Pope and the power of these sacred numbers. Before we continue, I want you to reflect. What would change in your life if your financial worries disappeared? What would it be like to wake up every day knowing that your material needs are fully met? This knowledge may be the key you've been searching for. What I'm going to share today has transformed the lives of thousands of people. These are powerful teachings that combine spiritual wisdom with practical principles of prosperity. If you're facing financial difficulties or simply want to elevate your level of abundance, this video was made especially for you. Let's begin by unlocking the profound meaning of the three numbers that Pope John Paul II considered the key to divine prosperity, knowledge that few have access to even today. The number 7 has always held a special place in the Holy Scriptures and in the heart of the Church. Pope John Paul II taught that 7 represents divine perfection, the spiritual completeness that also manifests in the material realm. In the Bible, God created the world in 7 days, Genesis 2:2. There are 7 sacraments, 7 gifts of the Holy Spirit, 7 works of mercy. This recurrence isn't a coincidence, it's a divine pattern that reveals fullness. The Pope explained that the number 7 activates in our consciousness the recognition of divine order in finances. When we align ourselves with this vibration, we remove unconscious blocks that prevented us from prospering, opening the way for abundance to flow naturally. Many believers report that after 7 days of consistent practice, they begin to notice small changes in their mindset about money, and after 7 weeks, tangible transformations in their financial reality. The second sacred number, 8, carries the symbolism of infinity when placed horizontally. Pope John Paul II revealed that 8 represents constant regeneration, new beginnings, and cycles of prosperity that are perpetually renewed. In Christianity, the number 8 represents the day after the Sabbath, the day of resurrection, of new beginnings, of new life. Matthew 28:1. When we meditate on the number 8, we're aligning our consciousness with the concept of infinite abundance. We're breaking the limiting belief that resources are scarce and replacing it with the understanding that, in the divine plan, there's always enough for everyone. Faithful people around the world have testified how this shift in mindset opens doors to financial opportunities that previously seemed impossible. The third sacred number, 3, holds a particularly powerful meaning. Pope John Paul II taught that 3 represents the Holy Trinity, Father, Son, and Holy Spirit, bringing perfect harmony to all aspects of life, including finances. The number 3 establishes balance between body, mind, and spirit, allowing prosperity to manifest in an integral way. This number also represents the 3 pillars of true prosperity: earning honestly, managing wisely, and sharing generously. When we integrate these 3 aspects into our relationship with money, we create a harmonious flow of abundance in our life. The number 3 reminds us that true prosperity isn't just about receiving, but about the perfect balance between giving and receiving. Pope John Paul II emphasized that these numbers work together, creating a powerful synergy. When we use 7, 8, and 3 simultaneously, we establish an energetic field that resonates with the divine frequencies of abundance. It's like entering the exact code that opens the vault of heavenly prosperity. The secret lies in the combination of these numbers and the intention with which we use them. It's not about superstition, but about a deep spiritual practice that aligns our consciousness with the cosmic laws of prosperity that have always existed, but that few truly know or understand. Now that we understand the spiritual meaning of the 3 sacred numbers, let's learn how to perform the ritual that Pope John Paul II passed on to his closest confidants. This ritual is simple, but profoundly powerful when performed with sincere faith and pure intention. The ritual should be performed every morning, preferably at sunrise, when the energies of renewal are most intense. With a blue pen, write the numbers 7, 8, and 3 on the palm of your right hand, forming a triangle. The 7 should be at the top, the 8 on the left, and the 3 on the right. As you write each number, recite mentally, "Through the intercession of Saint Pope John Paul II, may divine abundance manifest in my life." The color blue isn't chosen by chance. In spiritual tradition, blue represents divine truth and clear communication with the heavenly realm. The right hand symbolizes receiving blessings, while the triangular formation of the numbers enhances the energy of the Holy Trinity. After writing the numbers, look at them for 3 minutes, visualizing intensely your financial goals being realized. Feel the anticipated gratitude, as if you've already received the material blessings you desire. This visualization isn't mere positive thinking. It's a form of prayer that manifests your faith in action. It's crucial to understand that this ritual won't work if driven by greed or covetousness. Pope John Paul II warned that the unbridled pursuit of riches can transform a sacred practice into a path to sin. The intention should be to meet legitimate needs and create conditions to better serve others, never to accumulate for the sake of accumulation. Many who began the ritual with purely materialistic ambitions report that they didn't achieve results until they purified their intentions. It's as if the ritual itself has an internal protection mechanism against selfish use. When the intention is noble, such as supporting your family, paying off legitimate debts, or expanding a business that benefits the community, the doors of prosperity open naturally. An essential element of the ritual is complementing it with specific prayers. The Pope recommended praying the Lord's Prayer 3 times, emphasizing the phrase, "Give us this day our daily bread," Matthew 6:11, acknowledging that all abundance comes from God. Then, a personal prayer asking for the intercession of Pope John Paul II in the specific financial matters you face. The ritual should be concluded by washing your hands after the prayers, symbolizing that you completely surrender your requests into God's hands, trusting in divine timing. The numbers disappear physically, but their energy remains active in your energetic field throughout the day. Consistency is crucial for the effectiveness of this ritual. Pope John Paul II taught that daily practice creates an increasingly strong energetic pathway for the manifestation of prosperity. The first signs usually appear after 7 days, with a growing sense of peace regarding finances. Tangible transformations begin to manifest after 40 days of faithful practice, a number that also carries deep biblical symbolism of preparation and transformation. Exodus 24:18. If you feel that this knowledge can transform your financial life, don't keep it to yourself. Share this video with people who need a financial blessing. And if you aren't already subscribed to our channel, take this opportunity to subscribe now and turn on notifications. Next week, I'll reveal a specific prayer inspired by Pope John Paul II for urgent financial cases that perfectly complements this ritual. You won't want to miss it. The true wisdom that Pope John Paul II conveyed goes far beyond simply attracting money. He taught that the balance between the material and the spiritual is the secret to authentic and lasting prosperity. This understanding is fundamental for the ritual of the three numbers to work correctly. Many followers discovered this when they started practicing the ritual for purely materialistic reasons. Things would even start to improve financially, but they felt increasingly anxious and dissatisfied. That's when they realized they were losing the essential spiritual balance for true prosperity. Pope John Paul II warned about the dangers of focusing only on material prosperity. Money is a good servant, but a terrible master, he used to say. When we seek wealth as an end in itself, we run the risk of falling into the trap of greed, one of the 7 deadly sins. True prosperity includes health, harmonious relationships, inner peace, and spiritual connection. Those who understand the deeper purpose of the ritual notice a holistic transformation in their lives. They begin to make more balanced financial decisions, to practice more charity, and to feel gratitude for what they already have. Paradoxically, it is in this state of spiritual balance that material prosperity flourishes more abundantly. A sign that the ritual is working correctly isn't just the increase in income, but a growing sense of peace regarding money. The constant anxiety about financial matters begins to diminish, giving way to a serene trust in divine providence. You begin to see money as an energy that flows, not as something to be accumulated for fear of scarcity. The Pope taught that when we are truly aligned with God's will, we receive exactly what we need at the right time. No more, no less. This understanding frees us from unbridled greed and constant comparison with others, 2 poisons for the soul. Many faithful people report that, before knowing this practice, they lived in constant anxiety about money, even having enough to live on. The ritual of the 3 numbers brought not only new financial opportunities, but a deep peace regarding the future. They discovered that they were protected and guided, and this inner security is priceless. The balance between material and spiritual also manifests in how we use our prosperity. Pope John Paul II taught that we are channels, not reservoirs. When financial blessings begin to flow in our direction, part of them must flow through us to others, through charity and generosity. This is the true spiritual alchemy that transforms money into a tool of evolution, when we use it not only for our comfort, but to alleviate the suffering of others and promote the common good. Thus, each bill that passes through our hands carries the energy of divine multiplication, returning to us multiplied. Let's now move to the most practical part: how to integrate the ritual of the 3 sacred numbers into your daily life and maximize your results. Pope John Paul II gave specific guidance for different financial situations, adapting the practice to the individual needs of each person. For those facing an acute financial crisis with accumulated debts and difficulties in meeting basic needs, the recommendation is to intensify the ritual. In addition to performing it in the morning, repeat it at noon, reinforcing the numbers that may have faded and renewing the prayers. In these cases, the Pope suggested adding a novena to St. Jude, the saint of hopeless causes. Many believers in critical financial situations report surprising results with this intensive approach. Frequently, it's not a large sum of money that magically appears, but unexpected solutions arise, a favorable agreement with creditors, an opportunity for extra work, or even the discovery of resources that were available but unknown for those seeking not only stability, but growth in business and investments. The ritual should be complemented with an additional practice. After writing the numbers on the palm of your hand, visualize them also in your workplace, on your merchandise, or on documents related to your investments. This extension of the practice creates a field of prosperity that involves all areas of your professional life. Business owners who have implemented this strategy report a gradual but steady increase in their businesses. New clients begin to appear, partnership opportunities arise unexpectedly, and business decisions seem to flow with more clarity and precision. A fundamental aspect to enhance results is the practice of anticipatory gratitude. Pope John Paul II taught that giving thanks for blessings even before receiving them is a powerful act of faith that accelerates their manifestation. Every night, before going to sleep, give thanks as if you've already received the prosperity you desire. For families, there's a special adaptation of the ritual. The Pope recommended that the whole family gather once a week, preferably on Sundays, to write the 3 numbers together on a sheet of paper that should be placed under the tablecloth during the meal. This practice unifies family energies and creates a collective field of prosperity. It's important to remember that consistency is key. Pope John Paul II compared the ritual of the 3 numbers to a planted seed that needs to be watered daily. The results are rarely instantaneous. They manifest gradually, growing in intensity as your faith and persistence strengthen. The Pope also emphasized the importance of patience and trust in God's timing. Often we're so anxious for immediate results that we don't notice the small blessings and opportunities that are already arising in our lives. Keep a gratitude journal, where you record daily all the financial blessings, however small, and you'll be surprised to realize how abundance is already manifesting. If this knowledge is touching your heart, don't keep it to yourself. Share this video right now with someone who needs a financial blessing, and if you're not yet part of our community, this is the perfect time to join us. Click the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss our next videos with spiritual revelations that can transform your life. We've reached the end of our journey through the 3 sacred numbers inspired by Pope John Paul II. But in reality, we're just beginning a new phase in your financial and spiritual life. The true power of this practice isn't just in the numbers 7, 8, and 3, but in the inner transformation they catalyze in those who use them with sincere faith and pure intention. Reflect for a moment. What we learned today goes far beyond a simple technique to attract prosperity. We discovered that there's a divine order that also governs the material world, and that we can align ourselves with it through specific spiritual practices. The 3 sacred numbers are like keys that open doors to this higher order, allowing abundance to flow naturally in our direction. Pope John Paul II often reminded us that the true wealth of a person lies not in the quantity of their possessions, but in the quality of their soul. This wisdom invites us to seek a type of prosperity that nurtures not only our bank account, but our entire being. When we use the 3 sacred numbers with this understanding, they become tools of holistic transformation. Believers around the world have shared how this practice has brought not only new financial opportunities, but a deep peace regarding the future. The constant anxiety about money, which consumes so many people today, gives way to a serene trust in God's providence. This inner tranquility is in itself a priceless treasure. The Pope taught that when we align our intentions with the divine plan, we receive blessings that go far beyond what we ask or imagine. Many people start the ritual of the 3 numbers seeking only to solve immediate financial problems, but end up discovering a path of spiritual growth that transforms their entire relationship with money and with life. This transformation manifests in wiser financial decisions, in a natural generosity that arises from the heart, and in a deeper understanding of the purpose of money in our lives. We realize that money is just energy, and like any energy, it flows better when we don't try to retain it out of fear, but use it with wisdom and detachment. Always remember, the 3 sacred numbers aren't a magic formula for quick enrichment. They're a path of alignment with the divine laws of prosperity, which operate according to eternal principles of balance, service, and gratitude. Their effectiveness depends on the purity of heart with which we use them. Pope John Paul II warned about the dangers of seeking shortcuts to prosperity. He taught that true and lasting abundance comes from alignment with divine principles, not from manipulations or tricks. When we practice the ritual of the 3 numbers with reverence and pure intention, we are acknowledging that all prosperity comes from God and should be used for His glory. As we conclude this video, I invite you to start the ritual of the 3 sacred numbers tomorrow morning. Start with realistic expectations and an open heart. Observe the synchronicities, the small blessings, the doors that begin to open. Keep a journal of your journey, and in 40 days, evaluate the transformations in your life. And remember the words of Pope John Paul II himself: be not afraid. Don't be afraid of scarcity. Don't be afraid of economic uncertainty. Don't be afraid of the future. When we place ourselves in God's hands with sincere trust, we are led to still waters where all our needs are met. Psalm 23:2. Dear friends, we've reached the end of this video, but our spiritual journey is just beginning. If the teachings of Pope John Paul II about the 3 sacred numbers have touched your heart, don't keep this treasure to yourself. Share this light with those who need it. How has this knowledge impacted you? Did any aspect resonate especially in your heart? Share in the comments below. Your experience may be exactly what someone needs to read today to take the first step on their own journey of prosperity. If you felt that this content could help other people, why not share the video with friends and family? Sometimes a simple share can be the beginning of a great transformation in the life of someone you love. We're building a community of people committed to spiritual growth and holistic prosperity. If you're not yet part of it, this is the perfect time to join us. Click the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell. That way, you won't miss any of our next videos with deep revelations like this one. Remember the words of Pope John Paul II: the future starts today, not tomorrow. Start applying what you've learned right now, and next week, come back here to tell us about your experience. Your testimony can inspire many others who are seeking the same path of abundance and peace. Together, we can create a world where prosperity flows freely to all who seek it with a pure heart and noble intentions. Each of us is an important channel for divine blessings. Let's continue this journey together, one day at a time, one sacred number at a time.